My ex-stepdad had a brain tumor, I had a brain tumor, Ray had a brain tumor, all within 100 yards of each other.
An update to a story we first brought to you last month. A group of men who grew up near each other in Lonoke County have all been diagnosed with a similar type of rare brain tumor. Our report sparking a Department of Health cancer cluster investigation. Fox 16's Stephanie Sharp takes a closer look at the results.
I appreciate the diligence.
Jeremy Gunther at the Arkansas Department of Health learning the result of the cancer cluster investigation.
I'm just glad to find out that it turned out the way it did.
We first met Jeremy in May.
We end up with, the same tumor, same side of the brain.
It was shortly after he, his childhood friend Ray, and others who lived just outside of Austin realized they all had similar rare brain tumors. Jeremy says at least 4 people who lived on the same rural Lonoke County road got the same diagnosis.
The 3 families, 4 brain tumors.
We looked at over 7,000 records.
The Department of Health State Chronic Disease Director says his department followed the guidelines for investigating clusters of chronic diseases.
What we found was we did not find any excess cancers than what is expected or based on the occurrence rate for Lonoke County for malignant cancers.
He says they looked at brain cancer registry data from 2004 to 2015. He says even though the data is slightly higher than the state and national numbers, it's not enough to be considered a cancer cluster. But he says his team will continue to look at cancer data that comes in.
We will be collecting the information moving forward and working with the concerned citizen in making sure that in future if something had to show up.
It was really about finding out if families were okay to be out there.
Jeremy says the numbers don't lie, but it's left him wondering if there may be more, especially with so many tumors in the small area.
There's still something in the back of your mind that says you just can't be that unlucky.
And that was Stephanie Sharp reporting. Because how the data is laid out, the Department of Health looked at Lonoke County as a whole. The researchers were not able to specifically look at the small area Jeremy lived. Today, the Arkansas Supreme Court may rule on medical marijuana. In March, a circuit judge ruled the scoring process for cultivation facilities unconstitutional. Earlier this month, the justices questioned whether they had the power to prevent the state's first licenses from being issued.
The back and forth between the U.S. and China over tariffs is putting a strain on farmers here in Arkansas. China is now threatening tariffs on food and agricultural products. Since the announcement, soybean prices have dropped to new lows. It's down more than $2 a bushel.
We're looking at a position that we're going to lose some of our really good farmers, those good farmers that have been farming for a long time, because not going to be able to make a profit, could be in that position if this doesn't turn around and prices come back up.
China is the primary importer of soybeans in the world. The Farm Bureau says tariffs could negatively affect 1 out of every 3 rows of soybeans grown in Arkansas. 6 Bauxite High School baseball players have been cleared in a sexual abuse investigation. The state police investigation centered around alleged hazing on a school bus ride. Parents of one of the Bauxite baseball players say all 6 boys have received letters from investigators clearing them. Right now, Little Rock police are looking for the father of a toddler killed in a road rage shooting. Antoine King is wanted on capital murder charges. You'll remember his son Asen was shot and killed in 2016. Antoine King is accused in a 2013 cold case murder. 38-year-old Joseph McCardle was shot to death in his home. We're told King will turn himself in this morning.
Arkansas smokers could soon pay more for a pack of cigarettes. The American Cancer Society, called Cancer Action Network, asked lawmakers to consider a $1.50 increase in the tobacco tax. Right now, smokers pay $1.15 per pack. That generates more than $165 million in revenue. The organization says the tax increase would give the state an extra $121 million a year. The number of people sickened by tainted melons is on the rise. The CDC says 70 people in 7 states have been affected, all eating pre-cut melons linked to a salmonella outbreak. Right now, the outbreak has not reached Arkansas, although it has hit surrounding states, Tennessee and Missouri. Cato Foods recalled watermelon, honeydew, cantaloupe, and fruit medley.